Hi there, in this video I'll be showing you how to get started with Windows 10. So if you're new to Windows 10, this video might be useful to you. So the first thing I'll be showing you is the Start menu, and that's located at the bottom left hand corner of the screen. If you click on that, it opens up like this. Now this may look different to you if you're used to the Windows 7 Start menu, and the difference is we have a list of tiles here on the right hand side. Now these tiles are similar to the ones you see on the Windows 10 mobile platform. And that's basically the idea they had, is to combine that in the desktop platform. So we got the tiles here, and on the left hand side we have a list of applications you have installed. Up the top we have the most recently added applications. Here we have the most used applications, and then we have applications from A to Z in alphabetical order. So let's show you how to manage these tiles we've got here on the right hand side. So let's have a look at the Money app here. So with the Money app, I can simply left click, hold the button down and drag it into a different position on the Start menu. And when you release it, places it right here, as you can see. And then if I right click this app, it gives you some other options here, and we can unpin it from Start. And if I do that, it will remove it from the Start menu, but you can still access it by accessing it from the A to Z list on the left hand side here. The resize, if I do that, you've got small to large. Now the larger the tile, the more information is displayed to the tile. So say if I had a wide tile like so, you'll start to see a little bit more, I guess, in-depth information to the tile as you start to use it. As you can see here, it shows that information. You get more of a bigger picture, etc. We'll right click again, and this time I go to more. Now you can turn the live tile off. That basically means it won't feed any live information to the tile, so you won't see it animate like it has been doing, and you won't see any live information to it if you click that off. Right click again, go to more. Now pin to taskbar, that will place this application, the Money app, down here onto the taskbar. So if you want a nice little icon to it, a quick sort of shortcut to it, you click on that and it will place it down there. The next option is rate and review. So if you want to rate this app and review it on the store, you just click on that and you can do so. And you can also share it to social media as well. Now the last option is to uninstall it. So if you want to completely remove it from your computer, just click on that and it will remove it for you. And when you basically remove it from the Start menu and it's into the A to Z list here, if you want to put it back onto the Start menu, you can do so. If I show you, actually, if I just right click the Money app here and unpin from Start. Now if I go to the Money app and it's in alphabetical order, we should find M here. If I just have a look for Money, there's the Money app. You can simply just left click and drag it onto the Start menu like so and place it there. So it places it back onto the Start menu once you've removed it. I'll also show you a nice handy tip as well. If you want to place a app onto your desktop, you can simply left click, say the Money app here, and then just go off onto the desktop, so off the Start menu and onto the desktop, and just release there, and it places the Money app onto my desktop there. So that's a nice handy tip for you if you want to do that. Next I'll show you how to create groups. As you can see, I've already done so. I've got some groups here, as you can see. Now to create one of these groups, let's say I want the Diesel app here into a group. If you just left click and hold the app here, and then just drag it right to the bottom until you start to see like this blue line there. And if you just drop it into that blue line, it places it into that group. But as you can see, there's no group name at the moment, so you have to just hover just above that, and it says name group. If you just click on that, and you can type a name for the group. I'll just call it my group for an example, like so, and then just click in a space and it will set it there. So once you've had a load of say apps into this group here like so, you can actually rearrange the entire group into a different place onto the Start menu. So you see here we have these two lines. As you hover over the group name, if you just left click and drag, you can place it in a different position on the Start menu, and that might be very handy for you. And if you want to remove that group, just simply take out the apps from that group and it will remove it like so. So that's a quick look at how to manage the start menu here. I'll lastly just show you how you can add more apps to the start menu. To do that, you need to go to the store. Now the store, you can get it by going down to S on the alphabetical order here. If I find it, there it is. We've got store. You can also find it down here on the taskbar, and you can also use Cortana to search for it there as well. So let's click on the store and we'll have a look at that right now. So when you do that, you get a similar look to what you would get on a tablet or mobile device. You get a list of apps, featured apps here, as you can see. Up at top, we have some apps menu here. We have games, music, films, and TV. Very similar to what you get on a tablet. Let's have a look at apps right here. Notice we have top 3 apps. You can click on Show All right next to it here, and it will show you a complete list of all the top 3 apps on the store. Okay, so let's find a free app. I'll choose Viber right here. Click on that, and this will display a description of the application, some screenshots, and if we scroll down right to the bottom, you get a list of reviews of the application as well. Unfortunately, the Microsoft Store is not that great for apps, but if you want to get this app, just press on the Get button right here, and it will start to download this app. And you can carry on searching the App Store while it's downloading. You've also got a search bar at the top there if you want to quickly find something of interest. So we're just going to wait for this to download, and when it's finished, you'll notice at the bottom right hand corner you get a notification saying this app's been installed. And there we have it. So you can go ahead and click on that if you want to display the app. But if we cross it off and go to the start menu, notice right at the top where it says recently added, we have Viber here, which we just installed. This is recently added, so we can left click on that and just drag it into place onto the start menu, and there we have our new app. So that's ready to use. Now I'll just show you opening one of these apps here. So if we have a look at say the weather, which I've got right here, if I click on that, it displays in a nice window like so here. I think before with Windows 8 it never used to do this. We never used to be able to have an app in a window. It used to be full screen, and you can have it full screen if you wish. You just do it like you do with any other window. You've got a box here, which is the maximize box, and you just press that. It's the middle one, and it makes it full screen. And if you click it again, it just puts it back the way it was. And you can also go on the side here. You see, if you put your mouse cursor on the side of the app, you can also left click and drag to resize it to your choice here, and the same for the height as well. And you can also minimize. If you click on that, it will minimize it down to the taskbar right here. If I do that to show you, it appears right here, and you click it again and it enlarges it. And you can also close the app as well right here. So you just use an app just like you would with any other application. You've got menus here. There's also different things that some of these apps can do, and some of them are quite nice as well. I actually like the weather app, so I definitely recommend having that one. So now I'm going to show you something else which might be useful to you, is these shortcuts right here on the start menu on the left hand side. Now these shortcuts are quick access shortcuts to pictures. We have personal folder and file explorer. These are the ones I put on there myself. If you go to the cog right here, this is the settings menu. It comes out like this, and then we just go to personalization, and then if you go to start, and then if you scroll to the bottom, we have choose which folders appear on start. If you click on that, now this is the links, the shortcuts that you can turn on for the start menu. So you can see the ones I've already got on right here. If you want documents there, switch it on. We have downloads, got music, videos, home group, and network. So all of them you can have switched on if you wish. So I'll show you the start menu now, and you'll see the new icons for the shortcuts have been displayed here. So we have documents there and downloads. So the ones I just switched on, and you can switch them off at any time by going to this menu. So I'll do that right now, as I don't need those. If we have a look back here on this menu, on the start menu settings right here, we have show more tiles as the first option. If we click on that, you can see a little preview of the top here of what it actually does. And if I look at the start menu, it just enlarges the start menu, so you can add more apps to it, I guess. So it just makes it a little bit wider, so you can do that. And I will also mention, you can actually, if you hover over the sides of the start menu, you can left click and drag like so to make it a bit bigger. And you can also do the same for the height as well, so that may be useful to you. We also got occasionally show suggestions, and that's, if I look at the start menu, the suggestions will appear around about here. Suggestions from the store basically, and the most used apps, which is switched on. The most used apps would be this section right here on the start menu. So if you want to turn that off, just simply switch off the show most used apps. And we've got the recently added apps, and that is right at the top here. So again, you can switch that off. Now this option right here is use the start full screen. Now if I do that, this will launch the start menu in a different way. So I click on the start menu, it'll appear in full screen. So this is similar to the Windows 8 and 8.1 view. So this may be useful if you like that view. You can have it there in Windows 10. Now this last option right here that says show recently open items in jump lists on start or the taskbar may be useful for some, and for others it may be a little bit of a worry for you if you're worried about your privacy. Now I'll show you a little bit about what this actually means, this jump lists. Now in the start menu, as you start to use an application, say like Microsoft Word, I haven't actually got it in the list right here, but if I had it in the list, you may get a little arrow that appears at the end of it here, and clicking on that will show you a list of most frequently used documents that you've used on Microsoft Word. Now, you know, that can be useful to have that there, and other times it may be a privacy worry for you, so you may want to disable it. And the same applies for the taskbar, which is down here. Now, say like the Microsoft Edge right here, right clicking on that, it may show you the most frequently used websites you've got onto. It doesn't show that for mine because I don't really use Microsoft Edge that much, and I do clean my history anyway. But it will appear there, and that may be a little bit of a worry for you. So you may want to turn this option off if you don't want that to be displayed. Okay, now we're going to have a look at the notification panel, or the action center as they call it. It's right at the bottom here, on the bottom right hand corner of the screen near the time and date. If you click on that, it opens up this kind of sidebar here, and what happens is with the action center, you get a list of notifications. So here it's telling me that I've installed some various apps in the App Store here. It will also display if you've got your email linked with Windows 10, which is down here in the start menu right here. If you've got your email linked, when you receive emails, it will appear in the action center. And you also get a nice little notification here as well when you've got a new email. So it all appears here. And I quite like this feature, and it can be quite useful. You know, you can click on it and open up emails, etc. So it can be quite a useful feature. And down the bottom, I guess this is similar to what you have on like a mobile phone. There's some tiles here. We have tablet mode. This is useful if you click on that. It won't work for me, but if you click on it, it will put Windows 10 into tablet mode, which just means basically you can use it like a tablet, and you can, you know, click on tiles, etc. With your finger, and it just makes it a lot more easier. Here we have the network, and clicking on that, open up the network list, and from there you can connect to your network using that. And we have notes here, and this connects with Microsoft OneNote. And clicking on that just does what it says really. You can create notes, which can be quite useful to you, so you may want to try that out. And we have the settings. This is just this menu here, which you saw a little earlier, and we have various different settings here for your computer, so you've got quick access to it there. We have flight mode, so if you're carrying your Windows 10 mobile device on a plane, you want to put it in flight mode, you can do that there. If you want to share your location, you can have this selected here. You may want to turn that off if you don't want that to happen, if you don't want say Cortana knowing your location, etc. You have quiet hours, so you know when you get these notifications similar to what you get on a mobile phone, and it makes a ding sound or any sort of sound for your notification. You may want to put this on quiet hours, and it will turn it off so you don't get that annoying sound when you're doing something. We've got VPN here. If you want to use VPN, you can use this button right here to switch that on. And we've got project. So if you want to project your screen onto another screen, you can expand onto 2 screens, etc. Just click on this and it will give you some options like so. And I've currently got mine like this to extend because I have actually got 2 screens. So that's how I've got that set up. We've got connect here. And clicking on that will show you a list of wireless displays and audio devices. It'll appear in this list and you can go ahead and connect to them there if you have that wireless device. I don't actually have any myself, but you can get it from there. So that's a look at the Action Center really, and you'll notice also the little icon right here, it will display with 1, 2, 3 depending on how many notifications you have, so it will display it there quite nicely. Next I'll be showing you about Windows 10's antivirus program, which is called Windows Defender. Now some of you may not even know that Windows 10 has an antivirus built into it. You may have already bought, say, Norton, etc., when you might have not needed to. And there's a free one that's already on there and it's monitoring your system. So you go to the Cortana bar right at the bottom here where it says Ask Me Anything. Click on that and just type Windows Defender. And at the top here we've got Windows Defender, and you can click on that and it will open up like this, and it's just a basic looking Windows antivirus program, but it does the job. You know, it actually works. You can do your scans, quick, full, and custom. You can go to update and history here, and they've also got settings there to have a look at the various different settings that this program has available. So it does real-time protection just like any other antivirus, and it also does cloud-based protection, and that basically says here it gets real-time protection when Windows Defender sends info to Microsoft about potential security threats. This feature works best with automatic sample submission enabled, which is enabled at the bottom here. So it's quite a handy thing, and it does a very good job at stopping viruses and things. So obviously I tell everybody, you know, an antivirus program doesn't fully protect you, and I haven't seen one that can. I've seen viruses go through every single one of them, and I don't really see a great difference between the paid ones and the free ones like this one here. You know, I just think it's a lot of it's a sales technique to getting you to pay money for an antivirus when there's no difference really. The best way to stop yourself from getting a virus is educating yourself which websites to go on to, and what attachments not to open, and just being careful and knowing the risks, I think, is the best way to stop yourself from getting a virus. So yeah, I just use this program. It's nice and lightweight, unlike say Norton or McAfee, which is very heavy on computers, and I wouldn't even have it on a new machine. It makes it very slow, and I just don't like it. It takes over too much. This program is just nice, lightweight, it does its own thing in the background. I don't have to worry about it, so it's just nice to have it there. So that's how you get that, and it's also recommended that you only have one antivirus running at one time. If you want Windows Defender running, you'll have to uninstall any antivirus that you have installed on your machine. So if you've got Norton, you need to uninstall it first, restart the computer, and then go ahead into Windows Defender, and you should be able to use it from there. So next I'm going to show you how to uninstall programs. This is another thing you might want to know. Now to find that, you can simply go to the Ask Me Anything right here. You can type in Uninstall Programs, and then you've got change or remove a program right here, and it's gone onto my other screen, so I'll just bring it here. So as you can see, this is similar to Windows 7. You've got your list of programs which you can go ahead and click on one, just left click, and then go to uninstall. And it may say uninstall changed because some programs give you more options as to add more features, etc. But if you click on uninstall and then go through the process, you can uninstall a program from there. And you can also get to this by, instead of typing uninstall programs, you can type in control panel. This is another thing I want to show you, because if you want the old control panel back, you think it's gone, it hasn't actually gone, it's still there. If you type in control panel and then click on that right at the top, control panel, and this will look familiar to you if you've used Windows 8 and Windows 7. We have the nice looking old style control panel, as you can see here, and we have uninstall programs, we've got the other things like security, etc. It's all there, so this may be handy for you to have a look at. Okay, now I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Cortana. Now, you've probably heard about Cortana if you've looked into Windows 10, and Cortana is this bar right at the bottom here, and she is your virtual assistant, and it's designed to help you with your daily life and make it a little bit easier. So you can click on this bar right here, and it displays for me the latest news and weather. You can scroll down like this, and you know, it can even display, say like if you've got a flight booked, it will tell you that when your flight is, etc., and sometimes any delays and all this sort of stuff. I think it gets it actually from your emails, which would be in here if you've got them linked up, so it actually knows all that information. It's very clever. So with this Cortana, you can actually speak to it and it replies back to you. And if you go into the settings here, that's the cog right here, and if you enable this right here, which is for, I'll just turn it off because I don't want to say it because it will go on. If you say hey Cortana, it then pop up, and then you can ask your question. And I'll give you an example of that right now when I switch this on. Hey Cortana, what's the weather like tomorrow?
The forecast for tomorrow shows mostly cloudy skies with a high of 8 and a low of 3.
So there you go, it's given me the weather forecast because I've asked it the question and it's come up. So that's very useful if you're doing something and you want to ask it a question. I find though on a laptop, especially a budget laptop that has not a very good microphone, it may struggle to kind of know what you understand what you say. It doesn't pick up the words very well. So I'm using a pretty good microphone, so it recognizes very well. So you may have trouble, and especially certain types of accents as well. You can go to the notebook right here, and you can go to About Me, and you can change your name, and you can edit favorite places. You've also got reminders, because you can ask Cortana to remind you about different things. You can say remind me about a meeting I have tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and it'll actually remind you. It's quite clever. You've also got here the different things that you want it to, you know, research about you, like it can be events or something if you want events on there, eating and drinking. You know, you can get like restaurant recommendations. It's loads of different things like that. There's various different settings. I can't go through them all in this particular tutorial, but it's quite in depth, and you may find it useful. I mean, I've used it for you know, currency conversion. I've asked it questions for that, and it's actually done very well at converting currency for me. So I use it for that most of all. And that brings me on to another thing that I want to show you. You may want to use like a calculator. If you type in CAL like this, that's all you need to put in really, and then it comes up with a calculator at the top, and that might be useful to you. And I do use this as well sometimes, and it can be quite useful. So yeah, I use the Cortana mostly not for speaking to it so much, but I use it for typing in what I'm searching for on my computer. So I find it very useful for that. And they kind of use that now, instead of going to start menu, all programs, and searching for programs that way. Instead, you type in the program name like Word, and it will come up. If I demonstrate Word here, as you can see, and it's all there. So it's just so much quicker that way. And the next thing I'll show you is the new browser from Windows 10, which is no longer Internet Explorer, which was unsafe. We've now got Microsoft Edge, and that's this this E right at the bottom. And if you click on that, it's actually a very fast browser, I found, and in fact for me it was faster than Google Chrome, yet it's still a little bit buggy in places, and I may not switch over to it just at the moment, but I'll see how it goes. But as you can see, it came up with this web page pretty quick, and it's quite a nice looking thing. I've got it set to go to Google, and I'll show you in a minute how to change that. You've got the address bar at the top. You can use this actually as your search bar. You can type in whatever you like, press enter, and it will come up with the search results in Bing, which is Microsoft search engine. But if at the top here you've got these three dots, and here we got the settings at the bottom here. Now with the settings, you have the option of changing from a light to dark theme. You may like to have it as dark theme, so I'll mention that. Now here, open Microsoft Edge with, now I've got it set to a specific page or pages. If you use the pull down menu, you can have it set to start page. If I show you what I mean by that, if I just go out of it, go to Microsoft Edge, the start page is basically this. So you get your kind of personalized page. You've got a search box right here, and you've got a news results, weather, etc., which can be customized using the cog here, and you can do various different things with it. So some people like that, and some people like their own home page. So click on the three dots here, go to settings, and where it says open Microsoft with, click on start page. You can have open a new tab page, previous pages, but I think the most popular here would be a specific page or pages. So click on that, and what that allows you to do is in this box right here, you can type in a website address of your choice, which for me it will be Google. So I'll type google.co.uk. So I've got the website address in there. Press on the diskette, which means the save. Just press on that, and it saves Google there. So if I go out of it, you don't have to press any save button, you just simply press in a space and it gets rid of it. Close the browser, and we'll go back into Microsoft Edge, and you'll notice now it loads up Google like this. So you can add your own homepage to Microsoft Edge. So we'll have a look a bit further, three dots in the top right, and go to settings, and we got our favorites here. You can view your favorite settings. You can show the favorites bar. Now the favorites bar is this bar right at the top here, similar to what you would have had in Internet Explorer, where you've got your favorites displayed up the top here. So that's where they would be, and you can click on import your favorites. If you're importing from another browser, you can click on that and import them into Microsoft Edge, which is quite nice. And it shows here actually Chrome and Firefox, and you can import them there. You can show only icons in the favorites bar. So if you don't want the text, you can just show the icons if you like. Just switch this on and it will do that. Next, I'll show you how to make a website easier to see by zooming in. Now to do this, you can go to the three dots on a web page and then just press the zoom level, so you've got a plus and minus. By default it's 100%, which is the normal size for a website. Press on the plus sign and you can see the Google page is zoomed in, so that will be set for every website you go on to. So you can zoom in as much as you like to make it easier to see. Next, I'll show you how to put a home button onto Microsoft Edge. Now the home button is displayed right at the top right here, next to the refresh icon. And if you go to settings right here, and then you go to view advanced settings, up the top is where it says show the home button, and you can switch it on or off. Now what's useful about the home button is when you're on a website, you can go straight back to your home page by clicking that home button. So currently I've got it set to open a new tab page, but you can click on that and add a specific page, and again like before, you just enter a website address, say like google.co.uk, and then press the diskette. And now anytime you want to, if I show you for an example, we go on Amazon, and if I click on that home button up the top right here, it will take me back to Google. So this may be very useful to you. It'll save you going out of the browser and back into it again to get to your home page or typing it in. It's just a lot more easier doing it that way. Next, lastly, I will show you how to get to your favorites, how to add a favorite as well. I think I'll show you how to add a favorite. If I go to Amazon, and then click on the star when you're on a web page. Now the star is to add a favorite. Click on that, and it automatically put in the name. You can put your own name in, you could just say Amazon if you like, and it's got save in, so it will save into our favorites. If you click on that, you have an option of saving it to the favorites bar. Now, like before, the favorites bar is this bar right here, so if you want it to appear there, make sure you select favorites bar. If you want it favorites, click on favorites, and you also have an option of putting them into folders in favorites if you want to, but I'm going to put it on the root folder, which is just favorites. So we'll click on that and then press on add. So you notice now I've added it to my favorites. We've got a yellow star, so that means that this web page has been added, so it's just letting you know. So how to access your favorites? That is actually these lines right here. If you click on that and then click on the star if it's not on there already, and it will show your favorites. Now the Amazon will be located right at the bottom here, as you can see, and you can click on that and go straight to that website, so it's nice and easier for you to get there. And another useful feature about this bar right here is you can pin it. So if you click on the pin here, it pins it so this favorites bar will always show when you're browsing websites. So even if I close the web browser like this, go back into it, you'll have this favorites bar on the right hand side. So I think that might be very useful to you. We have the option of going to our history. Click on history, and as you see here, it'll show your current history. You click on clear all history, and you can clear your browsing data. Press the clear button, and you can select the individual options here, like what do you want to clear, passwords, form data, etc. You can also have the option of clearing your browsing history and everything there when you close your browser. So when you close Microsoft Edge, do you want it to delete your history automatically? If you do, switch this option on. Make sure it's ticked here as well. So this can be useful as well. And the last option here is your downloads. So all your downloads that you've done in Microsoft Edge will be displayed there, and you can open the source folder as well by clicking this link here. Well, thanks for watching this video tutorial on Windows 10, the basics. I hope you found it useful. This has been a video from WhiteClick, www.whiteclick.net. Do check out the website. I have a whole list of my video tutorials there. Share the video around, like it, comment, subscribe to my videos. I may even do a part 2 to this. Yeah, so thanks very much for your support, and bye for now.